Hey YouTubers, this is Cameron Prepper here. Today we're going to be talking about survival tins. I got a survival tin for Christmas. Let's show you it here. I got it off my old man. What I did say is, because he asked me what I want for Christmas, so I just said to get me some bushcraft and some prepping stuff. Today I'm just going to show you what's inside, but it's also to discuss whether or whether not to buy pre-built survival tins. For beginners maybe it's okay, but I'll go into it later. So I do not know what the brand is. I know what's inside because I've had a peek, but I do not know what the brand is or what the cost is. So I'm going to give a rough estimate how much the cost would be, and how much it would be and stuff like that. So okay, the tin itself, I'll show you. It looks like it's, if I show you, yep. Cool. It's cheap aluminium. Cheap aluminium. The lid itself, sorry, I just dropped something. The lid itself is quite flimsy, but the base itself is quite sturdy. It's not too bad. It does seal perfect, which is what you expect. Sorry, I had to pick up something. So what's in there? Okay, what I dropped. Okay. Is a condom. I will not need these as I'm married, but they can be used for many other stuff apart from that. For prepping, in terms of it can be for water. These beauties can contain up to 2 or 3 litres of water at least, so you can carry a few of these, and it's better to carry one of these and then sometimes a bottle because it's taking up space. You got some cotton wool. Okay, again, this could be treating cuts, grazes, even making fire. Okay, the sort of stuff I would put in. Now this is a reflective mirror. Now for me, this survival tin, in terms of reflective mirror, is not that good quality. Again, I do not know the brand, but I don't think I would be successful in the British weather anyway. To light a fire with that. Got some assortment of plasters, as you can see. Again, underneath the assortment plaster we've got some alcohol wipes. Again, to treat for cuts, grazes and things like that, nothing more. We have some fishing line. Again, because I haven't made this has got a hook on the end of it. I do fishing quite a lot. It looks like a size 14 hook, 12 or 14 hook. I do not know what the breakage is on this. For me, in terms of prepping and survival, I would try to go for the highest breakage possible, but yeah, obviously that is reasonable as well. I would probably suggest in the region of about 8 to 10 pound breaking strain, unless obviously you're fishing on a big lake and something like that, and then you would sort of increase it. You've got some galvanized steel. Now I'm assuming, okay, it's for trapping. By all means, if anybody's seen this, the colour of it as well, please send me a message to suggest what it could be. I'm only thinking of trapping, things like that, trapping small like I don't know, squirrels and things like this. It could be used to tie up other stuff as well, but I'd like to know what that is if anybody does know. I'll show you, get more closer, look up. There we go. See, it's gold in colour, and it is steel. But I do not know what it is. A whistle, okay, multicolour thing at the bottom. Again, not necessarily what I would put in. A fire or flint and steel. Okay, again, it's one of those. Obviously, I would probably carry my other one to hand. You have some matches and a means to start them. They appear to be waterproof matches, just by the size and the the long stem, so which doesn't necessarily mean they are waterproof, but you have got some salt, and what appears at the bottom, yes it has, it's got some on salt. You've got salt there, and on the other side you've got purification tablets. There is 4 purification tablets, and on the back, which is neat, I'll give them credit for that, it's got some writing on the back to say how to use them. 1 tablet per 1 litre of water, then wait for 30 minutes before use. So yeah, so it's not too bad. You've got some more line. This is more heavier line. Now this is, I can say, could be making shelter tents. Could even, to be honest, I would probably, if it is quite thick, you could use it for trapping as well, which is even better as well. On the other side, which is the black side here, you have got some masking tape, or some duct tape I should say, which is very, very handy. In here, a little tube, I'll show you. It is some wax. Took me a while to figure that out, to be honest, but yeah, many times I'm doing that. But yeah, it took me a while to figure that out, but wax again, multiple uses, even again could make fire as well, so multiple uses for that. Now, cool, I wonder what this was. It's a sewing kit. Now again, it's sealed in a paper bag. Again, for me, I probably would open this up and put it into a watertight bag as well, because this could get wet. You have some shots or some weights for people that don't fish, and some hooks, and some swivels, and you even got a tiny fly hook there. I've never done fly fishing. I'm probably missing out on a lot on fly fishing, but I've never tried it. So you got a wire saw. Okay, just basic standard wire saw. It's got no serrated edges on it. It's just a chain version of it. I do not know what's in this, so bear with me. You know what? Terrible. Right, I'll just put the tin down there for a sec, so I'm going to open this up for you. Sorry, I'm not sniffing them, but to me, again, they've put more wax in. This is really, really strong, which is, yeah, yeah. This is some basic wax. Smells like beeswax. I don't know what one it is, but there's some wax here. Again, fire lighting, multiple uses as well, which is good. Sorry if I came off camera. Next thing, again, more fishing line. Okay, yeah, I'll come back to that. So there's more fishing line. Right, next thing on the tin, just chuck that over there, is the multi-purpose tool. We've all seen these. We probably have had one or two in our lifetime, or have got one or two. I think I've got, yeah, I think I've got about three or four. So yeah, yeah. I talked about that in a minute, to be honest. One thing I did find quite good, and in a survival tin, which I probably would keep, is giving us, so excuse, I'll just put this down, so the tin down, it's giving us some cards. So if I see if I can get it into the camera without blurring it. So it's all to do what you do in an emergency, stop, thinking it, plan. It's got basic survival first aid, a couple of things on how to, that's bleeding and bleeding arteries and things like that. It's got how to fire lighting, which is brilliant, tinder, kindling, how to make kindling, how to do friction fires, which is pretty good, cooking, how to signal, survival guide. So to me, that is perfect. It's weight in gold for beginners in terms of bushcraft and survival. Absolutely perfect. It's something that obviously not many people are gonna have time, maybe not to learn. I mean, again, body signals. It's also got Morse code on it. It's got useful words, so for doctor and help and stuff. So that is perfect. Next thing, mini compass, or button compass, I should say. Again, you probably can't see it on camera, but it's one of those. I've had, if you get a good standard button compass, it would work forever. But I've had some bad experiences from them. I'll tell you about that in a minute. I call them safety clips. For bandages, where you put a safety clip on them. Now, razor blade. Okay, on the short. Now, I can think that you'll be using this for shavings, to making tinder. I wouldn't think you'll be using it or to cut rope. I wouldn't think you'll be using it for having a shave, because it looks a bit dangerous. A pencil, no paper, and some more clips. Now, a tin for me, it is fine. There's certain stuff that I won't carry in them. There's too much of certain stuff as well, especially the fishing line. In the survival tin, I wouldn't necessarily carry that much fishing line. I would probably carry, probably 2 seconds, I'd probably carry something like that on there. That's probably enough fishing line to keep me going, with some few hooks and some swivels and things like that. I won't carry all the fishing line that is packed, to be honest, if you want my personal opinion. I also wouldn't carry that signalling mirror either, just for pure reason it looks very cheap, and signalling mirror and fire starter is too cheap for me, and it doesn't look as good as the other ones that we've seen. Another thing I wouldn't carry is a whistle. Not this type of whistle anyway. I would look for a tool that is small enough and is multi-purpose. The survival tin has got to have, for one item, it's got to have quite a few uses, because it's going to be in a small tin, so you're going to need to small everything down. And to be honest, a whistle like that, a standard whistle, was not gonna. It's just going to take up too much space. What to do? For me, for beginners, I suggest survival tins, buying them as in a package form like that, perfect. But as you develop and you gain more experience, I would suggest making your own. I'm not to say that people that make survival tins, the proper people that do make survival tins, have got some really good stuff in it, and I'm not dimming them because they're great guys. But when you go on things like eBay and Amazon, you might find that people will just throw these together and literally sort of sell it, and obviously sometimes you don't know where these are coming from. And to be honest, I got an idea where some of this comes from, because when I got it, I haven't spoken to my dad yet, but when I got it, it came in a Morrison's bag, which suggests most of the items came from there. Now, I've done obviously some survival shops in Asda's and Tesco's and so forth, but survival tin, now I would make my own, to be honest. I wouldn't touch these. I would take some of these. I mean, the cards are perfect, they will go into my survival tin. The multi-purpose tool, which is this, which is this one. I wouldn't carry. Again, I don't like these, even though they have great uses, and I accept that. It's just me. It's my opinion. I've seen something in my local shop that I've seen. It's a Leatherman multi-tool. There anyway, it goes for about 20 quid. So I don't know where, I haven't checked anywhere else whether it's cheaper. But the Leatherman multi-tool, it's only about that big. Now I'm gonna look at getting one, seeing what it's like, and see if really it's good. But I suggest something like that because it's got everything in it that you need, and it will probably take away half that stuff that you don't need. The wire saw I probably would keep. I have got a better wire saw, but it's in my bug out bag. The plasters, yes, I would keep, but the fishing line I would take away for definite. See, that's nice thunder and lightning outside. I was going to plan to do this outside, but yeah. But yeah, so my advice is that if you're a beginner, buy everything in a tin. So when you buy a survival tin, try and find a site that has the stuff already made in for you. This, so you know that there's, obviously, so you know that you've got the right stuff. For intermediate and experienced, just make your own, and by all means buy one that's pre-made once or twice, and obviously compare yourselves to theirs. You can also take some of theirs out and put in yours as well. Thank you for watching myself, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe at the bottom. This is Camera Prepper out.